I can see it.
Okay, yeah. So this is regarding the FSS stuff. So there's been some discussions on what's happening. The summary version is you implemented the part where we're going from MongoDB to the data API to presentation to the UI, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what's happening is there are sometimes scenarios depending because the MongoDB part
Hmm.
is refreshed once a month, right? So if a piece of data enters into the source of the MongoDB right after the refresh is done,
Hmm.
that piece of data will be missed for the whole month cycle.
Okay.
So what's going on is we're going straight to the source for the API call for the latest statement information. So that source is FSS, financial pictures statement API or whatever it is names.
Okay.
Okay. So I have a story for Kruno already, and it's to implement the integration. Let me make sure I have the right number. Oh shoot, this is not the right number. Okay, what is the right number? 3092. Okay. Okay, let me just update that real quick. Okay, yeah. So this is this is the story to integrate with FSS information. There's basically two parts to this, because on the FSS there is a search functionality
Hmm.
where you punch in the SRF number, and it returns to you a JSON of like a list of statements
Hmm.
with statement dates and a statement ID. Okay.
Okay.
So what we need to do is basically we need to look at the list of statements that we're getting back from MongoDB and then check to see based on that, because there should only be one statement per year,
Hmm.
whether this list has a statement date that is like newer than what's available from MongoDB.
Hmm.
If there is, we take the statement ID, we pass it into this other endpoint
Hmm.
with the statement ID, and then returns back to us the statement in Excel format for that statement ID, right? So if there's a newer one, we give it the ID and it gives us that statement back corresponding. So there's implementation on Kruno's side to parse this Excel file to capture it and then like return all the values we care about
Okay.
as one of your statement insight objects.
Okay.
So far, so good?
Yes.
Okay. So this story here, 2094, yeah. So this is for basically Kruno is doing the part where he's going to be integrating.
Hmm.
So for our part, there's a few things, or sorry, for your part, there's a few additional things to do. First of all, I believe we currently have the finalized list of the fields we want.
Hmm.
So this Excel has what Sunny has added to the data table, which will get pushed into MongoDB.
Hmm.
And then this list has what the English names will be.
Hmm.
Take a look at this real quick. Yeah, so this on the tab 2, I believe, this has a spreadsheet for what the English names of the field we need are, including the ratios and some of the variables. Maybe not all of them, apparently. I think mostly some of the, yeah, okay, it doesn't have the ratios, maybe some of the variable names mostly. But either way, Sunny's list of fields has all the fields we're gonna end up adding in. So that's this one. So there'll be some field updates to the MongoDB part,
Okay, I got it.
the API as well. Yeah, so take a look into that, see like which
And do we
changes.
have the clear naming convention for this field, like
The English names, like the plain text?
yes, the plain text.
Yeah, reach out to Arshad. I think like if you look at that old Excel file where you were originally referencing the English names off of,
Yes, I was
it
able
should,
to find most of them, but not every
yeah,
field.
reach out to Arshad if there's some of these new ones you need English text for.
Yeah, I'll get in touch with Harshad.
Yeah. So the other thing we need to do is and this is where you'll need to collaborate a bit with the Kruno. But so the logic for doing that comparison with the statement date based on the MongoDB data, I think I've categorized it currently under this story. So where we compare the dates from the FSS and here, but like if it makes more sense for Kruno to do it, you two can work that out.
Okay.
The other thing is like, yeah, so there is, so one step is do the comparison with the MongoDB data. If there's a new statement, grab the statement ID and then call the endpoint for statement ID. So Kruno's implementation there should return back to you a statement inside object with the latest statements. So the other thing we need to work out is there should only be sending back 5 years worth of the latest 5 years worth of statement information.
Okay, so it should ignore the other years, right?
Right. So I have a scenario here. So let's say like right now MongoDB passes you back these 5 years. You go to FSS, it turns out they have the record for 2022. So what we should end up passing back then is 5 years starting from 2022.
I got it.
So we would cut out the 2017 information.
I got it.
But there are some other scenarios where if MongoDB, for instance, passes us back, like for whatever reason, right? Let's say they only have these statements. Okay, and we find out there's a 2022 one from FSS, then the final result should actually only be 3 pieces of data point. Because 5 years back from 2022, wait, 2022, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, sorry, this is a bit old, but so let's say this is 2015.
Okay.
Make it clearer. So 5 years back from 2022 doesn't go up to 2015, so we don't want to include that piece of information, even though we're only passing back 3 statements.
I got it.
Yeah, so it's based on the years and not by the amount of statements. So there's some like, if there's like any particular logic you gotta work through, just see how to implement that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that's the idea of the story. Any questions?
No, I'm good. So in the meantime, I will go through it. So if I get any questions, I'll reach out to you, Hong.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah.
And, if you have any other questions for the API part, you can talk to Kruno.
Okay, sure, Hong.
Okay, I'll assign this to you then. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Hong.